What's up, guys? It's your girl Asheray, and I'm back with another video. You guys might, I'm gonna try to take out as much as I can, but you guys might hear a lot of background noise because I usually record when I'm home alone, and I'm not home alone right now. So you might hear a lot of talking or whatever. I have the door closed, but for some reason, like, I can still hear everything like the door is not closed. Like, I don't even know. Anyways, all right. So, sorry, let me fix this. All right, so um Family or Fiancé episode 3, Mama's Boy, Man or Mama's Boy. Like, let me just say this out the gate, this couple gave me like positive vibes. Like, I love the way that they were able to joke with each other, the way, like, I didn't really get anything like oh, this couple's not gonna make it. Like, I was actually hoping that they got the blessing, because I was like, come on, we need somebody. Like, this the third episode, we had nobody get a blessing yet, so we need this couple to be the couple to get the blessing. I really felt like from the beginning that they would get the blessing. So let's just talk about it. For Tasia and Chris, they seem to be a somewhat young couple, and basically, for say Falasha has a daughter. Chris has been in Falasha's daughter's life since she was 3, and I think they've been together for 8 years, so she should be 11 now, and they've been engaged for 2. So they said that their biggest issue is that Chris's mom doesn't like Falasha. Falasha feels like every day is a different issue with Chris's mom. There's a different issue that Chris's mom has with her. So the first day they meet with Tracy, and Falasha tells Tracy that she wants to learn more about Chris's culture. She feels like that's one of the reasons why she doesn't fit in, because she doesn't really know about his culture. And then Chris said that his mom doesn't feel like he's mature enough to get married yet. She feels like he's not responsible, like he still needs to grow up, and he's immature because he didn't grow up in the Ghana culture. He grew up in the American culture, so she feels like he's not mature enough. Tracy, so the relationship expert, Tracy, asked them who would be coming from each family, and Falasha said that her mom, her friend, and her brother were going to come. Chris said that his mom, his uncle, and his sister was going to come. Falasha feels like her whole family supports the relationship, and she feels like that Chris is a mama's boy. And Chris said that he can't get married without his mom's blessing. So if he doesn't get his mom's blessing, he doesn't know if the wedding will go on. And Falasha said that if he doesn't get the blessing, he doesn't want to marry her, then the relationship is over. So she gives them the task. Tracy gives them tasks. Tracy tells Chris that he has to sit with his uncle and for the next 3 days and prove that he's the man that they want him to be, and prove that he's ready to get married. And Falasha has to sit with her mom, and I'm not her mom, Chris's mom. She has to go shopping with Chris's mom and learn more about Chris's culture, which is something that she said she wanted to do anyway. So that's a plus. But the only thing is the issue with her feeling like Chris's mom doesn't like her. So her family arrives first. She's happy to see them, and she says she's happy because now she can have support when it comes to Chris's family. And then his family came, and like his mom just walked in the house and walked straight to the back, and his uncle and his sister, greeted Chris and Falasha. I'm saying her name. I think it's Falasha. I want to say Falasha, but I don't think it's Falasha. I think it's Falasha. I think I'm saying it wrong. And then Chris goes, he said, Mom, you just walked in, you don't say hi. So she goes and hugs him all tight and stuff. Then she hugs Falasha, and it's like this fake kind of hug. It wasn't sincere. They're playfully going around the house, you know, showing the house or everything, and everything that Chris says, his mom says that, you know, she has something to say about it. And when he said something about the closet, his mom said, "Oh, you should have built me one first." And like, she's making all these like side comments. I'm like, come on, mama, like, we really finna do this? Like, your son seemed happy. This seems like a good girl for him. Like, let it go. Let him be happy. So they sit down and talk. They have that family meeting that they all have at the beginning, on the first day. And his sister said that she wants to see the obstacles that they have, that are in the way of making them not get married. Falasha's friend said that she wonders what would happen without the blessing. Like, what would happen to Falasha and Chris mentally, physically, spiritually, like what would happen to them if they didn't get that blessing. His uncle says like he wants the best for them, but they're not ready for a blessing. His mom says marriage requires maturity, and Chris is not mature and he's not ready to get married. um Falasha moms disagree. She says that she feels like they are ready to get married, and as long as they're happy, it shouldn't matter. They should be able to get married. And I'm like, I agree with you, mama. But you know, everybody's set in their ways. So his mom brought up something about Facebook and about, I think Falasha was at church, and she was supposed to be doing a group, a youth group, and she ended up on Facebook or something. And Chris instantly got upset about this, and he was saying that he didn't like that his mom kept bringing this up. And I understood where he was coming from, because like, if this was 3 or 4 years ago, like, let it go. Like, you keep bringing up the same thing over and over, and it's like, come on, mama, like, you bringing up old stuff. Like, you, what really has this girl done to you that makes you not like her so much? Like, because from what I see, she's a good girl, and they met at church, you know. And like, what more do you want of your son? But she's saying that he's not fully mature, he's not a man yet, he's not ready. So yeah, but I don't agree with that. So Chris blows up at his mom about that situation. They get into an argument. He walks out. He's talking to Falasha. His uncle goes out to talk to him um, about it. And, you know, he brings Chris back inside. And they squash it or whatever. And then, so that so Falasha goes shopping with Chris's mom. They seem to be getting along, you know. I like, you know, the way they vibe, whatever. So it's, I don't think it, like, at this point I'm like, okay, maybe she does like her, but it's something deeper, and it has nothing to do with Falasha. Maybe it's just something between Chris and his mom that's going on, that she feels like it's not Falasha, is Chris. It has nothing to do with Falasha. But mom is using that as an excuse because of whatever reservations that she has about Chris getting married. Um, Chris's uncle told him that he has to prove that he's ready to be a man, and the first step was to that was apologizing to his mom and embarrassing her in front of people, and he should not have said those things to his mom. Falasha was telling Chris's mom that she'll give respect if she's given respect, that she wants to be respected. Um, she basically told his mom that she wants everything to work because she loves Chris. And I'm like, what else can she prove? What else can she do, mama? She's telling you she loves your son. She's telling you she wants this to work, but you're not giving her the chance to make it work, and that's not fair to her. So I just feel like mama need to just back off. And I understand it's their culture, I understand all of that, but I'm just like, you at some point in any culture, you gotta let go, and you have to trust that you raised your child the correct way, and you have to trust that the values that you taught them and the upbringing that you gave your child would be is good enough. The upbringing that you gave your child is good enough, and that your child will be able to do what they're supposed to do. So Falasia's talking with her friend. Oh, and then his mom did eventually say, you know, you're not the problem. I like you. I don't have a problem with you. Chris is the problem. So it goes back to the lack of maturity that she says that Chris doesn't have, but I don't see the lack of maturity. Only thing that I can think of is that when he blew up about the whole Facebook thing, but that's it. Um, Chris is talking to his mom, and she tells him that if he wants to be married, he can't be rude and arrogant about it. Which, in a way, he was rude to her for blowing up on her in front of everybody like that. He should have pulled her to the side. So everyone sits down for dinner, and Chris is like, if anybody got something to say, you know, let's put it all out on the table. And all you hear is crickets. Like nobody said nothing. I'm like, dang, like that's crazy. Like nobody doesn't want to talk. Everybody just sits there quietly and eats. Day two, they check in. Tracy asks them what's going on. Chris tells Tracy about the blow up with his mom, and he said that he wants his mom to understand that they have to move forward. He's tired of hearing about the same issue that happened years ago, and he wants her to respect him. And Tracy tells him, well, everything that you're saying to me, you need to say to your mom. And Chris is like, but I don't want to die. And I'm like, I feel you, Chris. Because mamas don't play, especially our black mamas. And you say something wrong to mama and she feel like you disrespected her, you may very well die. And and Tracy was like, you have to tell her, but in a way it'll be like the little boy in you is dying and the man is coming alive. So that's how she presented that to him. Christopher Lager sit down and talk with his mom, and he tells her, you know, what he asks her, what did you want from me when I was born? And she told him that I just want what's best for you. I want you to have the best. And they were talking, and then Falasha ended up walking away because she was like, you know, this really doesn't have anything to do with me, and she didn't want to ruin the moment between Chris and his mom because I felt like it was going to get heated. So she just walked away. And then I keep saying Falasha. I think her name is Falasha. I just can't say it. It's Falasha. It's not Falasha. I don't know why I keep saying Falasha. It's Falasha. So Chris talks to his mom, and he gets everything off his chest, how he feels or whatever, and he told his mom that Falasha is what's best for him. Falasha is what's best for him. Falasha brings out the best in him, and like she's gonna be his number one lady from now on. She won't take his mom's place, but his mom is his mom. He would never leave her, but Falasha is going to be his wife, and Falasha is gonna be his number one. But she says, and she needs to let him go, and Chris says she needs to let him go and let him grow up. But his mom says that he's still not ready. So in the next dinner, they play 20 questions, like, and I kind of was holding my breath because when they play 20 questions, and in the first two episodes that caused a whole blow up when they asked 20 questions, but in this one, it opened up a light and joyful conversation. And unlike the dinner the first night, everybody was having fun and talking and joking, and it was really nice. And I was like, and that made me feel like, yes, this is gonna be our first couple. Finally, we get our first couple that's gonna get their blessings to be married, and I'm all for it. So day 3, they have their final check-in. Chris is talking to Tracy and telling her how he got his mom to listen. He felt like the boy in him died and the man came alive. And Falasha said she felt closer to him now for sticking up for her with his mom, and she felt like that for him that was a plus, and she was glad that he did that. And now it's time for them to ask for their blessings. They both tell everyone how they feel about their experience and what they learned. They ask for individual blessings. Everyone says what they have to say. Everyone basically gives their blessings. And then, of course, they save Mama for last. She got to give this long speech and everything. And then she said, okay, I'll give you my blessing with conditions. And I'm like, hold up. No, Mama, you can't give a blessing with conditions. Like, you can't do that. But she said that her condition was that he could not be disrespectful to her. And I was like, okay, yeah, he already apologized for that. I don't think he would disrespect her again. So basically, that they got their blessings that they wanted. They got married in the church that they met in, and his uncle Kwame is the one that married them. And I'm so happy we finally got a couple that got married and that got the blessings. So thank you, Chris and Falasha, for being the first couple to get married, and thank you, Chris, for standing up for your girl. And overall, this was a great episode. It was a different episode without all the drama. I really enjoyed it. And I just want to say thank you guys for watching. I love all of you. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.